All right, take two. So, I don't know even if you're gonna leave this in, but you know, got cut off here, so we're gonna try to make this as continuous as possible and not have any hiccups in here. But I did want to talk about, I think we have recorded the beginning of our discussion about Denjin, but I wanted to talk about, you know, some of our the cool tournaments that we had at Denjin, and we're just gonna go through those real quick. This is pure nostalgia, but it's something I wanted to do since Denjin closed. Anyway, let's first, you know, cool thing that we did at Denjin, and it's probably most people's favorite memory, was California Regionals, which was a sick tournament. It was probably the last really sick arcade tournament. Last
for
arcade,
all games.
Yeah, last arcade major really, and it was the last good CBS2 tournament as far as I know, because I haven't seen really any American CBS2 tournaments with more than like 16 people, as sad as that is, because I like the game a lot.
Yeah, it is a sick game.
But we had first Street Fighter 4 major really. We had Street Fighter 4 when it was only an arcade back then.
Right.
We had ThirdStrike, Super Turbo, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and CBS 2. That was a completely wild tournament, just off the chain. Like 300 people there, impossible to get through the fucking arcade, and it was just so packed.
Really legit.
Yeah, and I couldn't even really watch a lot of the matches that were there just because of how packed it was in there. We had, between CBS 2, Street Fighter 4, and ThirdStrike, each of them had 32 three-man team brackets, completely
maxed.
Full. I mean, you can imagine how long CBS 2 takes.
Yeah, CBS 2 was definitely a long haul.
Yeah, CBS 2 was kind of the bottleneck there. Just three-man teams, and each of those players has 3 characters. The tournament went on till like 3 or 4 in the morning. Yeah. But Street Fighter 4 probably took about as long, if I remember correctly, because that's a slow game too. But that tournament was a blast, and that tournament was a huge party too. I mean, god damn, people were just getting plastered at that tournament, man. And I remember the thing that people still talk about to this day was our fucking like celebration that Sunday. I don't think you were able to come with us, but that Sunday night we went out to drink at a bar across the street from Family. And
oh yeah.
Puking in the Family parking lot that night.
Yeah, I couldn't make it. Someone called me.
But that tournament was a blast. But I think another really sick tournament a couple months later was our first SBO quals, which was the first Street Fighter 4 SBO quals in the United States, which was at Denjin. And that was...
Wait, what did you say? First SBO quals in the United States?
Yeah, for Street Fighter 4.
Oh, for Street Fighter 4,
yeah,
for Street Fighter 4, yeah. And that was really, really sick.
Yeah, and
that was really sick. That's where Mike Ross Believe came from.
Yeah, exactly. So all you people out there that have heard this little Mike Ross Believe meme or meme, I still don't know how you pronounce that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But that's where that came from, SVO Quals at Denjin.
From the heart of ThirdStrike.
That's right.
Home of ThirdStrike, yeah.
But that was a fucking sick tournament. The first big streamed tournament, and I know that might sound weird to people because, you know,
it's like an automatic nowadays at tournaments.
Yeah, anybody's, you know, bullshit Subway tournament has streamed these days. Yeah. I told you about that before.
No, Subway.
That's what me and Ryan started. Anything that's like bunk and whack, we call it a Subway version.
Perfect.
Like all. Well, it's not worth explaining where that came from, but yeah.
Subway GOUKI.
Yeah, I'm Subway GOUKI. Just perfect. Whack, shitty version. But anybody streamed these days. But that was the first big stream tournament. Was that SVO Quals, and that was streamed by Slasher. That was the sick as fuck tournament.
Right.
And even that guy's setup to this day looks a lot sicker than a lot of people's streaming setups back then.
Right. No, it was very. Yeah, that was. A very legit stream.
Yeah.
First ever all that garbage. Yeah.
It was a big learning curve for us too, because I remember Day kind of frustrated having to balance running a tournament with keeping the stream people informed of who's playing and stuff. That was really difficult for us, but I'm sure that's all, you know, routine for everybody by now.
So that was SBO quals, the first one for us.
2009. And, you know, the big story for us that year is we were all pretty bummed out that Yee's team didn't end up qualifying.
Yeah,
that was sad.
I was very mad because NorCal took it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I was like, you know, if we beat NorCal, we fight Yee's team, and then at least then someone in Denjin takes it.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, and we started off so good. I went first, I'm like, dude, I want to take out as many people, like, well, first of all, I thought they were going to leave Ricky for last.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, they're going to leave Chun for last. You know, I want to, like, not that, like, they're bad players, because Ram and Enfi are awesome players. I'm like, you know what, I want to beat Ram and Enfi, and then I want to give 3 shots at Chun.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Vinny, and Let Blood Run Ryan. So I went first, but they clicked Ricky first. And everyone's like, Alex versus Chun. This isn't good.
Yeah.
You know? But I ended up beating him, and then I ended up beating Ram, and then me and Effie had a really sick match, but like he just like was like, time to end this, end this, and then like high-load me and killed me. And then Vinny against Effie had like such a sick match. Like came down to the wire, Effie tried to chip him with the EX shoulder, and Vinny did he was walking forward, and then the EX shoulder came, and then he went parry straight into uppercut. Like didn't even go like 1, 2, 3, just parry straight uppercut KO. Like, and it was like, and we're like, dude, we're 1 set away from going to fight Yi, so at least someone from Denjin takes it, right? And then I heard Ricky like, oh no, this is not gonna happen. And I'm like, oh shit, he's pissed. You know, like, and so like, you know, Ricky Chun just went on like a destruction.
Oh, dude, I remember this. Yeah.
Back fierce spree. Like everyone was running into it, and he was just like, you know, just on the warpath. You know what I mean? Like he killed my momentum.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, none of us won a game after Ricky was like, Warback fierce, Warback fierce.
I remember talking to Ricky afterward and telling him like, dude, when you were playing, like, starting from that point onward, it looked like he was making a point with those back fierces.
Yeah, he's like, my character's the best, damn it.
Yeah.
Listen, you cannot beat this. Yeah.
It was like not even any low forward supers. It was just like low jab, boom, like back fierce in your fucking face, and he just got it every time like perfect, and he just looked unbeatable at that point, which was a huge disappointment.
And that's unfortunately what happened in. Ricky was the problem for Yee's team too. Yeah, unfortunately. So
same thing continued.
Right. So that was disappointing, but it was a sick tournament, even though it ended sadly.
Yeah, it was a bummer at the end, but we still had a good time.
Yeah.
And then
Sunroute Cup.
Sunroute was our big tournament after that. We spent a lot of time fundraising and stuff to get MOV over here. And one of the things that still amazes me to this day is we even got him over here, man. Like, I feel like it's kind of almost incompetent when I look at tournaments these days that have like 5, 6, 10 Japanese players, you know, and it's kind of expected. I mean, you remember how much work it was just to get MOV over on his own for us? You know, we were digging deep in our pockets, man.
Everyone's
just
donating,
scrounging. Yeah, I mean, it was all our money and the fundraiser from the Ren Cup, but we didn't have any sponsorship money or anything. It was
it was total. Just everyone just eats a little less that week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was difficult, but once we got him over there, I mean, fuck, that was totally worth it.
It was so sick.
Yeah, it was one of my fondest ThirdStrike memories. The guy came over, and he knew the deal. We brought him over to teach us, to make us better ThirdStrike players, and he's just a wonderful teacher. You know, the guy knows everything there is to know about the game, pretty much. And you see him only play Chun-Li in videos, but he knows a lot about a bunch of different characters in the game. He was playing as Ken against us, his Yang, he played Akuma a bit, And he taught me a couple of things with Akuma I didn't really know beforehand, even though he said his Akuma wasn't very good.
Yeah,
feel
to
terrible.
him, as far as on his level, his other characters aren't very good. But
Yeah.
to us, it's still very strong.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so.
I think that whole week and a half that he was here, I beat him maybe 2 times.
Yeah. Same. Everyone maybe got, no one broke into double digits as far as beating him, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, but...
Maybe. Even against his chum?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm just saying possibly.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Pyro probably did decent, but I mean, he's the best. He's won SBO more than anybody, man.
SBO quals, yeah.
Yeah. So. Oh no, I mean MOV's won.
Right.
Anybody, so.
Pyro is our only. He's our SBO representative. That.
Not the most reliable guy.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, but yeah, no, it was really good. Yeah, he gave everyone he had a specific saying to tell everyone about their game, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and mine was just pick a different character, So.
And MOV was dope, but I thought it was pretty cool to meet some of the other players that visited from around the country. We had a lot of East Coast players come out. So, of course, shout outs to Nika KO and his crew, those guys from North Carolina, what's up?
Yeah, all the East Coast people.
Yeah. The guys, there's a couple guys that visited from Indiana, I want to say. I always get Illinois and Indiana mixed up. We had some guys coming from out there.
I don't know, 2 I words.
Yeah. So that was really sick, just to see a bunch of people who were really passionate about ThirdStrike from a bunch of different places come and visit. I think we even had a guy from Australia come for Sun Route too, which was pretty wild. But it was just, what I loved about that tournament is it was, all about we had Street Fighter 4, but let's be honest, it was a ThirdStrike centric tournament, and it was all about the love of ThirdStrike. Like that day we had singles, where it was just all of us playing ThirdStrike and there was no other games. That was one of the best ThirdStrike tournaments I've ever played in. And then we had our second SBO quals, which was sadly our last one we ever got to do, which was just ThirdStrike that year. It was a smaller tournament, maybe at most 16 teams, but the level of skill was average pretty high for the players there. I'd say nobody really had less than 4 or 5 years experience. So that was a really sick tournament. And my favorite memory of that one was Carlos Ken versus Ricky Ortiz Ken. He just beat him every time that they played, and that was a really sick couple of matches to watch.
Yeah.
But you also had a pretty good performance that day too, didn't you?
Yeah, this was...
I think you had the same team, right?
What? What team did I beat? Oh, was it Kai, Gutex, and Kenai?
Yeah, I think or no, it wasn't Kenai, because Ken was on East team.
Oh, was this the SBO? The last SBO?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Basically, same thing happened. First time we got to 3rd place, second time we got to 4th or 5th, but the thing is I don't even remember who we lost to, honestly.
It's hard for me.
I don't remember. I remember having the same OCV type game. I OCV some team, and then we ended up still losing.
Yeah.
I remember that happened, but yeah, whatever.
I've done too many drugs since then. I can't remember. But yeah, sadly after that, Denjin lost a lot of momentum. He stopped playing after that SBO, which is understandable. He had a huge wake-up call in Japan that year. And it was hard for us to keep events going without Yi there. Tai wasn't there for a lot of 2011. But we were able to do the ReNiC Cup, which was a dope tournament.
That was a really fun tournament.
Tai has a video up on his channel that's, I think, just titled ReNiC Cup. And if you ever didn't get a chance to go to Denjin and you were curious about it, check out that video because I think it's a really good video to gain insight of what a Denjin tournament was like. You know, it
Yeah,
was
just
mostly-
the Denjin, like, just feeling of how things were there.
Yeah, exactly. You caught, you know, some moments of us just outside smoking cigarettes, talking shit in the smoking alley, and anybody that goes to Denjin, you know, that's
Yeah, knows that's
where we
the-
spent most, like half of our time when we weren't playing, just smoking cigarettes out there, talking shit to each other. You know, this time where we're making the brackets and stuff, which was its own event too.
Right.
And then caught some matches on there. We had our All Alex tournament, which was really sick, and Ty won it, of course.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would not have been.
If I lost
too
that
cool.
one, everything would have just turned badly quickly.
But I think that was unfortunately like the last really cool
The
tournament.
last
at
get
Denjin.
together tournament kind
Yeah,
of
we
thing.
never got to do like a farewell Denjin tournament, which is something we were kind of sad about. But we had a lot of fun, like extracurricular Denjin activities too. Played football a couple of times, which was funny because none of us are athletes. Where most of us are fucking chain
Yeah,
smokers.
no, I mean, there's a like Matt plays basketball and I play basketball, but no one was a football player. You know?
No. Matt was the closest thing, but Matt was
But
still
it's not
like
fair.
a
He's just a
freak
big person.
Yeah. I mean, there were some other good players. Of course, Eric was fucking like Speedy Gonzalez out there
Yeah.
too. Can't catch that guy.
Everyone had to bring like Carlos was like a tennis player or something. So
Yeah. Carlos was.
So,
Carlos had
yeah.
some jukes, dude.
Yeah. So we did football, and of course eating wherever all you can eat.
Yeah.
all you can eat. And,
All you can eat sushi is you know a perennial thing that we still do to this day. All of us
Right.
Denjin guys go there. We very fond of Korean barbecue every once in a while and drinking in K-Town. But it's you know now it's
Yeah.
like
Now it's just like
We're not
where's our
even-
third strike?
yeah I know we're all friends because of ThirdStrike, but we don't even play ThirdStrike anymore together, which
Right.
is sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sad without Denjin, man. Things just aren't the same anymore. We were filming something non-gaming related there a couple of days ago when we were over there. Everything's all cleaned up, which is very strange.
Yeah.
You know, you go into that smoking alley like I was talking about, and we're used to seeing hundreds of cigarette butts all over the place, and there's none. There's no footprints on the walls and shit. You know, it's sad to see the place how it is now, but it was a great place for ThirdStrike while it was around. It was just a fantastic arcade for ThirdStrike players because
And it could have been a fantastic arcade for literally any game. You know, had the most legit Japanese arcade cabinets I've seen in America.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It could have been really sick. It's just unfortunately that's like ThirdStrike was the only one that actually really buckled down there. So yeah.
It's kind of weird that for whatever, you know, people always complained that the location of Denjin sucked. But for whatever reason, a lot of ThirdStrike players are around Simi Valley. you
Yeah,
know?
like location. I mean, you know, we make it out to Wednesday night fights. You know, it's like
Yeah, we do travel pretty
That's.
often.
I mean, it's like, you know what I mean. We do it because we want to play the game and we want to be like. I personally, I just want to beat people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you don't want to drive to beat people, then just go ahead and stick your training room.
Yeah.
Training mode.
But I mean, it was nice for us. You know, Ty most of the time lives in Simi when he's not in Arizona. I live like 10 minutes away from Denjin was. Matt and Eric lived about 10 minutes away from Eric. Matt doesn't. He lives pretty far now.
Yeah. But everyone is.
He
except
lives
for-
like 20 minutes away.
Except
Dave
for
lived-
Pyro.
Yeah, Pyro.
Now see, Pyro. Now look at this. Pyro is the best ThirdStrike player in America, I would say.
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
And he lived the farthest from Denjin out of all of us.
Yeah.
So just letting you guys know, you know, distance is like not the good excuse to go for.
Well, just if you really are dedicated to getting good at a game, that's what it takes.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
just playing 2 or 3 hours a week.
Yeah.
It's driving out 5 nights a week to an arcade that's 40 to 70 minutes away. Because he's not even that close to family, really. And
Right? No, it's only
I remember before Denjin opened, I would still see him there every
family.
fucking night at family,
Yeah.
even though no one else was there, he was always there.
Mm.
That's what it takes to be the best.
Right,
Like,
right.
I can't really do that.
Well,
I've
things
tried
might
my
be
best.
changing with online, but right now we don't know. So
Yeah, I don't see any big potential of,
as far as ThirdStrike
yeah,
anyway.
I don't see any big names coming up. Anyway, you know, you're here. We have to talk about Alex.
Yeah,
So
let's do another segment for that.
okay.
Okay.